Hey everybody, Ben here from DMC Films and Cinderblock Studios, and today we're looking at the different combinations of colors that give a specific look and feel to a painting. You know, color relationships. So last time I had a big topic on color theory on this channel. I was talking about making and creating a color wheel. So everything today is kind of going to be based on that. Now, if you've ever seen or made a color wheel, you're probably already familiar with a couple of color relationships. Your opposite colors or complements, your primaries, and your secondaries. However, there's a few more color relationships that you may not have thought of being color relationships or just have never heard of. So in addition to your primary and secondary colors, you also have tertiary colors, which are your in-between ones, like a yellow-green or a blue-violet. So all the little ones in between the primaries and secondaries are your tertiary colors. Along the same lines of the tertiary and primary secondary, you have just sort of what is known as triad, which is really any three in sort of a perfect split pattern. In addition, there's also grayscale, or some people just refer to it as black and white. And then there's also one of my favorites, which is monochromatic. So it's a color and then black and white to mix with. So something like red, green, or blue that gives a specific painting painted just in monochromatic colors an interesting look. Now for the ones you likely haven't heard of. There's split complementary, which is sort of like complementary, but it kind of splits on one direction, so it gives you a little more variety in terms of the colors you're using. There's also double complementary, which is usually one of your regular complementary colors, say red and green, and then the next hue to one side of it. So again, it gives you a little extra variety in terms of playing around with things. And the one you probably definitely haven't heard of is Analogous Colors. Now, depending on the website or book or whatever you happen to source your reference for analogous colors some people can say, oh, you add an extra blue or an extra yellow or an extra other hue into the mix. But the way I was taught is it's basically a color and then every shade around to almost the next either primary or secondary. Sounds a little confusing, but I have it shown, so hopefully it's there's a couple different choices you can do there, and it's really sort of not quite one side of the color spectrum on the color wheel. So it occurred to me as I'm recording this that I forgot warm colors and cool colors. They're a basic relationship, and they should have been earlier in this video. So those are the most common types of color relationships in a drawing or painting. So you might be thinking to yourself, okay, that's awesome, but why is it important? Well, for starters, color is an important part of understanding art history and symbolism. In particular, how different colors can convey different emotions. A warm color can instill the viewer with a sense of joy, hope, a warm climate, intense emotion, both good and bad. Meanwhile, cool colors can make you think sadness and sorrow, depression, despair, cold climates, slow movement, things that relax and make you feel calm. In short, understanding these color relationships will not only make you a better painter in terms of your skill set, but a better painter in terms of the kinds of paintings that you make. Doing small mini paintings of these different exercises of color relationships, warm, cool, just your primaries, just your secondaries, can really kind of teach you to create a more dynamic painting, and the more you do it, the more it just becomes subconscious and you become a more dynamic painter. Plus, once you understand color relationships, you can manipulate them and play with them a lot more and really create something fantastic. So understanding color relationships comes with really two parts. First is understanding the physical paint itself, what it can do, what it can't do, what its limitations are. And second is the psychology behind color and how we as humans perceive color and how color makes us feel. Additionally, by creating your own color wheel, you're actually going to be able to use that as a reference down the road. Not only will it give you an understanding of the certain colors that you have on your palette, but it also will kind of give you an introduction to these color relationships and something that you can use later, again, for reference. So that's about it for this video. Be sure to subscribe for more stuff like this, and this has been from DMC Films and Cinderblock Studios. See you guys next time.